Solo.
And hello! Welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We got a technical issue right at the start. Let me get this wire out of the way. There we go! Woo! What is going on? We are here for the potential conclusion of my first attempt at Cycle 1 of Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Because we have 3 Titans left, we're going to need to win our first battle against a level 2 Primordial. Now, we do have one Sisyphus tier. I think it's tier because there was a tier on the symbol. So we could get 2 cracks at this. But things are good. We had a bunch of Titans. We had like 9 Titans, and then a bunch of badness happened. We got attacked by Big Bird again, potentially due to a mistake. I'm not totally sure. I don't know if I was taking all the exploration cards out of the deck that I should have been in between timeline battles. But here we are. We are going to have a Manos unit added because of our hub adventures. Now, I am undoing a mistake I made in my last timeline battle where I had a giant shell where I should have had a Manos unit. So that's fine. That will just even out. But we have 3 Titans, and we're going to have our work cut out for us, and we're going to need to find a way to win this battle. We are in the middle of day 19. I should say that this was, again, a review copy sent to me from Into the Unknown, so huge thanks to them. If this goes poorly and does not end well, I'll probably be done with Aeon Trespass Odyssey as far as the channel is concerned. My less frequent streaming does make doing something as ambitious as this probably not the greatest use of my time when it comes to channel time. So kind of review where we are at. We have an old spinner. We have 1 progress token on the Inward Odyssey, Truth of the Labyrinth. So 1 more progress token there will get us an additional knowledge. We are in 1B where we are not trying to gather progress tokens. We're just trying to get back to a certain place. We're trying to get back to the City of the Bull. We are relatively close to getting there. The Big Bird is not on the board at this point because Big Bird attacked us, killed us, and then went away. We do have 4 Doom on side 1B. We do have our 1 God form power of Zeus. We have 1 Nymph, the Engine Nymph, but however, our hull is not 3 or less, so that is not going to do much to us at all. And yeah, here we are. Let's try to make all of this work. So I'm going to shuffle up the trauma decks. The hero I'm going to have sit out right now, by hero I mean the Argonaut I'm going to have sit out, is going to be Heraclides. Heraclides' Memos nodes and Memos cards and Faded Memos are not very geared for a battle such as this. So we're going to have him sit out, and we are going to use the ones that have Memos nodes that are a little bit more battle oriented. So we'll be using Raz, we'll be doing using Leocules, and we will be using Olympia. So if someone could jump in the chat, I know someone, at least 1 person was there. I know my time of streaming is really jacked with my audience here, and I do apologize for that, but such is life. For those who don't know, I have yet, which I'm guessing if you're watching this, you probably watched a couple of these already. I've had some pretty major personal changes as of late, so it's again the channel has taken more of a back seat. I will still be streaming as often as I can, but that will only be once or twice a week as opposed to the schedule I used to keep. And actually the next 3 weeks it will pretty much be 0 times until about mid-August due to some upcoming trips, including a trip out to Gen Con, which I am super excited about going to for the first time. And probably the last time, considering where my life is right now. But I'm excited to get out there and see what all the fuss is about. Gen Con, again, is the biggest board game convention in the United States. And I think it's like the 3rd biggest in the world, maybe more. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So I'm excited to go there. The two obol cards, I will just have them there. I will obviously roll the die if I have to draw one. We will go to our Triskelions. Leocules is going to be 000. Raz is at 001. She does have one danger that we picked up somewhere on our journey. And then we have Heraclides, but doesn't matter. He's at 000. And Olympia is also at 000. Joey coming through clear. Thank you, sir. Good to see you in the chat as always. I think we're getting to a point where, I mean, the rules quagmires will always be there in this game. I mean, something will happen that's not expected that's going to force you to have to think through something in a way you haven't before. It's just the nature of this game. But I am hopeful that we will not have to spend all that much time on rules verifications, considering where we're at with understanding pushback and knockback and blah 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 blah. Again, there is a lot to this game, and well, I think the rules are actually more streamlined than a game like Madara. I think the rules presentation is so poor that it does make learning this game an unfortunate chore on a level that if you're investing in this game and you haven't started to explore it, just know that going in, it is going to be a very heavy lift, and enough of a lift that I only recommend this game with some degree of hesitancy. Now, since Heraclides is not playing, since not participating in this battle, since I do not have enough Titans for all three of my Argonauts to have a Titan, I am going to have his Titan thing flipped over so I can actually see the symbols that, in general, we need to see. Because again, why would you put symbols on a player aid that would be more helpful when you can just indeed put them on the back of a thing that you need to see the front of, to make it super player hostile. I digress. The bitching commences already. I know. I'm going to be better. But we're going to say, Heraclides, you're going to stand there off to the side and cheer us on, and we appreciate all of your support and cheering from the spectator section. All right, so we have Ulyssia. Remember, we did lose the Aya Pet and Strain, so we do not have a special Titan, so we don't have any special trauma tables, so that sucked. But Ulyssia, unfortunately, the original Ulyssia used to died. Again, it's one of the weird things too about this game is how the Titans all come with names, but you're supposed to name the special ones, and I don't know. It is what it is. So Ulyssia the first died, and now we are here with Ulyssia the second, and hopefully her fate is better. But again, she indeed is not as special as Ulyssia the first was. So we're gonna have some interesting outfitting choices. I do need to get my my memos cards here. So Death Follows is the only card that Heraclides has, and we have unlocked. Wait, nope. These are the extra ones. Here we go. This is the one I want. So again, he can add a black die to a power roll. I believe that every time I have used his card, I have had the absolute worst luck in the power rolls and always come one short. So that's been super fun. So hopefully that does not continue, because woof, that is getting a little bit old. I do want to check out, I think each Titan can have, that's chain break. Where's the equipment page? Gear cards, primordial abilities, vantage points. Wolf. Here we go. We can have slots, gear slots. We can have. Yeah. Gear slots. Here we go. 2 hand slots and 2 support slots and 1 armor slot. So I can double up a support card for one of these people. Left behind is still the Faded Memos that is going for Raz, which means she cannot be the last Argonaut to act in a round unless she is the only Titan left. She has a Dream You Hold and Imprisonment. They are, well, Imprisonment is actually level 2, which means she can reduce pushback by 1, she can reduce knockback by 2, and a Dream You Hold all the adjacent Titan all Titans adjacent to her have +1 into their precision, which is super nice. Remember, all the Titans have the ability of Rush, where that is a compound movement, so it's a move and an attack. They can only do that if their danger is 2+. They have to take a fate to do it. They get to move with +1. They have to be at least 3 spaces away, and they have to reach their target via the shortest possible path. At that point, they get auto break 1, so they can add a break token to their attack, which is super, super nice. Heraclides has Siren, Survivor, and Haunted. We don't need either of those. And we have Minoan Heritage and Someone Waiting. They are both at level 1. Minoan Heritage, during movement, she can gain +1, and then she has a stand-up ability, which is super nice if we get knocked down. I do think with only 3 Titans, it does make sense. When you're doing a timeline battle, you can choose which primordial you want to go against. I think we're going to have to go against Hecaton again. I think it is the safer play. If we lose a Titan early against the Bull because of the way the Labyrinth tiles come out, that would be indeed very hard to overcome when we only have 3 Titans. All right, we're going to put these over here. These are our Argo abilities. Remember, our Barrage has 3 charges. We place a break token or 2 opening tokens in the Kratos pool. We can only do that once per round. And the Crisis Protocol allows us to reduce the danger of a Titan by 2. We can only do that once a round, and there are only 2 charges on that. Manos is on the outer 3, so I'll have to figure out what that means again. This is the Exploration deck and over here. The Kratos deck and the Moros deck are up here, which is fine. I'll put all my tech up here, and we have to get the cards for the Hecaton. So Hecaton is over here. We are at level 2 Hecaton. So it's still a 7 to hit. He still needs 10 to be killed. He does gain, oh man, this is really gonna go poorly, isn't it? So traits, all previous, plus Clever Boy, plus a Fist for a Feast, plus minus Friendly Warning. So no more Friendly Warning. So knockback is always the actual amount. No more -2. Board edges gain Boundless. They are now high cliffs. If a Titan is moved beyond the edge, they die. So that sucks. And each time the Hecaton gains a wound, a double wound is treated as 2 wounds. Place a token on this trait. If there are 3 or more tokens of this trait, finish resolving the current action, discard all tokens, and then perform signature. Woof. That sounds really bad. So once he's wounded 3 times, then he just gets another attack against us. Well, super fun. We'll try to make this work, kids. Again, if this goes poorly, we have a Sisyphus Terror. We'll have another shot at it, and then I think that would be the end of the campaign for me. Well, it just would be theoretically. All right, so Heraclides is the Titan that again, you can use a different Titan every time. There is no link between Argonaut and Titan other than when you're actually in battle, but I'm going to take the Titan I normally use for Heraclides out of play. This is the Titan I normally use for Leocules. This is the Titan I normally use for Olympia, and this is the Titan I normally use for Raz. Here is the mini Hermesian Pursuer, and then here's the mini for the Argo. I'll get my armor later. Here are our condition cards, and then here are all of our dice, and hopefully they hate me a little bit less this time around. If you were my roly thing, where would you be? It is over here. That's what I rolled into. All right, kids. So we have our 6 AI cards for the Hecaton. That's level 1. I'm going to roll a d6. I should get some of those. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. Sorry, I got a wire like caught behind me, so. All right, here we go. So I'm going to roll a d6. The top AI card is going to be number 5. So that'll be the first action for the Hecaton this game. And then we have the level 2 and the level 3 AI cards. We'll take them out and put them over here. And then we have the body part cards. There are 6 level 1s. I rolled a 4. So that'll be the top body part. Put those cards here. And then the level 2 body parts we'll just put over there. All right, the Manos unit. It is destructible. It's a trap. If you push a primordial onto this tile, place one negative token onto this into the Kratos pool. I think that reduces what you need to hit him. So yeah, I get, but it's different than a break, right? So it's different. It's better than a break token because a break token you actually need to roll the shield to convert it to a break. So that makes sense. Once per battle, when adjacent, I could search it by rolling a d10. On a 1, 2, or 3, some bad things happen. 4 through 7. The primordial attacks me. On an 8 or 9, I gain +1 kill into the end of the battle if I'm using a melee weapon, or if I roll a 10, I get a thing. So I have to roll, and I have to get an 8 or a 9. Can I use fate to re-roll that is a question. I don't think that's the kind of, I don't think a treasure roll is the kind of thing you get to re-roll, so you're just kind of stuck with that. And 1 through 7 is terrible. So not so sure I love what that stands for, but you know, it has to go on the outer 3. So the outer 3, if I understand that correctly, check this out. There are maps somewhere near the back of this book. There's a lot of things near the back of this book. Terrain, of course not. Again, this is the ordering. This extra terrain thing is definitely one of the rules that bothers me. I just think it's a little cumbersome for how little it adds. Means you need to place the tile within 3 spaces of any board edge. That is fine. So we'll put it up here, and I'll reserve the right to move that once I actually set up the rest of this battle. So I will worry about the armor in a second. Let me check the chat. Where is Gen Con being held? Gen Con is in Indianapolis. Mike Owens, that was weird. I had to reload in order for the stream to start. I had no idea it was going until I saw Joey's comment. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, sir. You always pretend they can type today. I agree that this game looks like a heavy lift. I love Greek mythology, but I haven't had much interest in the game because of the investment and time required. Ditto on that, Joey. After watching Greg's playthroughs, it seems just way too much and player hostile. Seems to be a very apt description, which I don't want in my games. I've enjoyed it from afar, though, with the playthroughs, even though Greg has struggled mightily at times. Joey says, I finally purchased and played Spirit Island. So now I have about 80 of Greg's playthroughs I'll have to watch. Mike Owens, I busted out Spirit Island for the first time a while over the weekend. I forgot how good the game is and how much better it is with Branch and Claw. Joey, I've only played with 6 of the spirits so far at a learning level. Looking forward to playing my first game against an actual kingdom this weekend. Mike says, yeah, it took me a while before I played against any adversaries too. The game had a fairly steep learning curve for my brain. Joey, Greg, do you have a plan for which games you're trying to try and check out at Gen Con, or just take it all in? Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it all in. I mean, I'm very much like not in an accumulate games posture right now, just with what's being realistic with what games I have and how my time is being allocated rather differently. So I'm curious to see. Heck, not battle level 2. I'm curious to see what's going on. I do have some content creator things I'm going to. There's some events that my friend Brian and I have signed up for that I'm excited about. So it's a whole thing. It's definitely different than PAX Unplugged, where PAX Unplugged is basically like just a lot of sit and play. Gen Con seems more like event focused and event based. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm very much looking forward to catching up with Adam Smith from Rolling Solo. We have become personal friends, and he's going to be there as well. So that should be pretty fun. And then can just kind of see what opportunities arise over the course of the weekend. So I'm going to put out the various bits of terrain. We need 16 of these columns, because that's a reasonable number. So 1, 2, 3, and in 4 hours, kids. 4, yeah, you can tell with like my time these days too. It's like not being able to get stuff like this done off camera. It's just, just not possible with the kind of schedule that I'm keeping. So little too much of that. We just get more time to talk is the important thing. This goes here. This is going down here. This goes down here. This goes here. Hecaton's going to be in the way of some of this, isn't he? Yeah, I'm just going to have to put him on top of some of this. Like, I don't... I'm putting the signature on top of you, dude. We don't need your ugly ass on my camera. Anyway, that goes there. Nope. Yep. We get 2 up here. If I can I sneak this down here? That will work. Actually, if I put the signature and the routine there, that's probably better. Yeah, we'll just do that. So signature and routine there. This comes here. 1 and 2. And we get 1 here. And the last one is there. So that looks like 16 to me. We need to get 2 cities. That will go here. I forget what tile we're on. If a city is destroyed, we do lose 1 of our relationship with that, with the corresponding faction that's there. I think it is a Hornsworn territory. I will have to move this somewhere else now within 3. So 1, 2. Fine, I'll just move it. I'll move it there because why not? It's destructible though. So that could cause crash. So maybe I don't want to move it there. I don't know. I'll just move it. I'll move it there. Just kind of a little bit further over. All right. So the columns, again, obstacle, obscuring, destructible. If you push primordial onto this tile, roll a die. On some other things can happen. And so that's there. We might need the labyrinth thing because they come out with some of the trauma cards. And then finally, the city, obscuring, inhabited, reinforced, destructible. When the primordial moves into this tile, or Titan is involuntarily moved onto it, flip this card tile and terrain tile. It gives cover. Titans in this tile at +1, so all of their evade rolls get +1 to each die. Allied, I am not allied with anybody. I am close to being allied, but not quite. So we'll see if we can use the city tiles to my advantage in a way I really haven't done yet. All right, so hold on 1 sec. We did that primordial positioning. Place the Hecaton in the middle, determine facing direction. Look at the bottom card of the deck. It actually says that this time, which is super nice. It says it's facing to the right. Most excellent. So that's done. Evolution, mark the leftmost space. So we're going to get a pencil. And we're going to mark the leftmost space on the Hecaton. So this is number 2. So next we will have to do the Labyrinth Tharos, and hopefully we have some more Titans to make that happen. Additional setup, follow any additional shutups. It's instructions by trait. There are none, and that is all she wrote, folks. Oh, except I need to take note of where my units need to go. So you put you here, and you down here. How do I want to outfit my 3 Fearless Titans? Well, we have 4 of these suckers, so we're going to double up 1 of them. To decide if I'm going with the ranged weapon. My ranged weapons are not great. We do have 1, 2. Remember, I lost one piece of gear from Big Bird. I forget which one that was. The Teeth Copish has been garbage for me so far. Siren Blade seems good. So I'm going to give Siren Blade to Raz. I've been giving this. Man, I keep giving that. No, you suck with this. The Hercules. We're gonna give this to Olympia. She can already stand up thanks to someone waiting. We have Siren Teeth, Shipwrecker Shields. I like because they give us extra rolls on the on evade, but they do take over 2 hands, which is pretty gross. So if I give a Petrified Javelin to the Hercules with the Shipwrecker Shield, would give a Siren Blade and the Shipwrecker Shield here. I have no more hands. Look, Ma, no hands. Oh, man. So I can give the Panoply Armor to Ulyssia. We'll give the Sail Spolas to each of you guys. And that means we're not using the Siren Shield. We're not using this Boat Mace. We're not using the Siren Teeth. Since he has the ranged weapon, I will give him the Make Sheath, which gives him 1 fate at the beginning of the game, of the battle. Reflex. She already has reposition. He's doing ranged. I could make her gain priority. I'll give her that. We'll give her the ability to stand up, so I'll give her those 2 augments, and we'll give the lifeguard to Ulyssia. Again, I'm not going to overly stress about how I'm outfitting these Titans. You could probably try to min-max this for hours and hours and hours. All right. Joey says, I've got to make dinner for the fam. We'll catch you next time. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. Saget, well, hello. Look who was missing this because of a Guns N' Roses concert. Mike, hopefully Axel feels like performing for you tonight and doesn't just say F it and walk off the stage. Saget, I'm actually going home already. Dude has like 30% of his voice left, but what he put out there. They played for 3 hours. Nice. Mike Owens says, dang, it's a long set. At least he tried, so credit to him for that. They're coming near me in Seattle, but tickets are a bit out of what I wanted to pay, so I'm skipping. Sad says, granted, there was a bunch of instrumental parts and in-cars, but I mean, slash, I'm happy. That's amazing. Alrighty then. Who's up next on Greg Gets His Ass Kicked in a game of Aeon Trespass Odyssey? That is right. It's Greg. Who's surprised? That just looks wrong. Something looks wrong. No, I guess that's right. That's parallel. Right, because I'd have another dude there. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so Hecaton is going first. We have no more friendly warning, kids, so this is going to be an interesting day. We'll see how this goes. We have a Thunder Punch. It is the closest target in range, and that in front, and there's only one, so he's going to go after Ulysses. We have a move and attack. We are not at 3 fate, so we do not have a pushback 3. We do have a knockdown, which is fine because I can avoid that. Right. So here we go. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and woof. Let's face. We are attacking with 3 dice. I can evade for each 9+ that I roll. I will roll my 1 crit die and the 2 not crit dies. And we shall see. Each hit deals 1 damage to me, or 1 danger. Oh, the next AI card, by the way, is number 3. May I not forget to do that today like I was last time. Not that it would have mattered, because things were going very poorly. So, right? I'm doing this right? Yeah, cool. 9+, please. I rolled 0 9s. Alrighty then. Well, great. So, I'm going to take 3 danger. Now, before I take danger, I can use my armor. I have 1 red die. So for every time I roll one of those triangle symbols, which are really hard to see on camera, I do apologize for that, I will be able to negate 1 of those danger. I'm going to take 1 fate to roll another one of these. So I think I'm more likely to roll one of those with that than to spend a fate to re-roll any of the D10s. So let's see if I can negate some danger. I negate 0 danger because that's going well. And this is off to a smashing start, kids. So 3 danger to me. I immediately do my danger roll, so we're going to take a minor trauma, because 1 to 3 is a minor trauma, and we have gained the fear condition card. All right, so exciting. This is the first time I've gotten a condition card, and you know, if I had it before with Heraclides, I could have just said, no, go away. But no, we're going to get our first condition card right when I am least set up for it, and that makes me feel all sorts of happy. Paralyzed, blah 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 blah. Where are you, fear? Hatred, muffled. This is a really fun mechanic. All right, here we go. You have -2 precision. If you gain this condition a second time, you gain the dread condition. Flip this card. Face your fear. When you deal a wound, discard this condition and gain 1 positive precision token for the rest of the game. Nice. If you still have this condition, draw a faded memos card if you still have it at the end of a battle. So super awesome. All right, so this is out, and we're going to put this at the bottom of the minor trauma deck. And that's that. So we took 3 danger. That seems like that's going to go bad for us. And now he's going to try to knock me down. However, I can take a fate, and I can exhaust this and say, no, 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 you do not knock me down. I move here. So I have -2 precision, which means all my dice get a -2 added to them, and that's really bad. I would like to deal a wound. I'm already at 2 fate, so that seems like that's going really poorly. And I guess it could knock me down. And I just stand up. Let me not take that fate. Let me not take that fate. Fine, knock me down, jerk. Who cares? And at the beginning of my turn, I can just stand up. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about having to deal a wound with a -2, because I am afraid. I'm very afraid of this ball of ugly fists that currently exist in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. Too far away. All right, let me do -2 precision is really bad. -2 precision. 2 dice +1. Let's try that. So if I go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in within range 4. I'm assuming you can't count diagonal, so I'm counting orthogonally on 4 spaces away. So I can attack with my petrified javelin. So I moved. Now I'm about to attack. I think I want to save that to put 2 opening tokens there. I have nothing to put a break token in. However, the Kratos table, I'll get a reroll because I'll already be at rage 2. No, I'm only, never mind. I'm not going to rage 2. I'm going to be at rage 1. Yikes. Well, here goes nothing, kids. Let's try to get lucky. So I'm going to increase my rage from 0 to 1. I'm going to attack with the petrified javelin. I'm rolling my crit die, my non-crit die, and I have +1. I hit on 6s because I need a 7 to hit. And again, the weapon gives me a +1. Booyah! Boom! Look at that. 2 hits right out the gate. So gotta like that. So I have a red die because I'm a Titan. I get 1 red die for each hit I had. And I have absolutely 0 break tokens in there. So we're gonna need to get super lucky. But that's fine. I feel lucky. I feel like this is my day. So we're gonna draw the top body part. Is it a 2? No, it's a 3. Still not bad. The next body part card is a 6. This only matters if I actually don't wound it. That's a 5. That's going to be on top. And now we go to the power roll. So again, I'm attacking with my petrified javelin. If I wound, some bad things happen. Back 3 +1. No, I'm not adjacent, so none of that's going to matter. So I need to get 3 hits, and I have no break tokens. So I need legit hits. Can this happen one time? It does! I rolled 4 hits, and if I had 2 break tokens, I could have gotten up to 6. What a friggin' roll. So I did a wound, so Cumbersome would trigger. Instead, I'm going to exhaust the makesheath instead, which is a much better situation for me. So now I still have my Petrified Javelin. I did a wound, pushback 1, however, I'm not adjacent, so that's not going to trigger. I do gain a danger, I think, if the pushback happens. Super unclear? I don't know. I guess I gain the danger. I can't I can't tell you how unclear that is. I think I gained the danger even though the pushback doesn't happen because I'm not adjacent. And then the knockback would happen if I was adjacent, but I'm not adjacent, so that's fine. We did 1 hit. Now remember, each time Hecaton gains a wound, I had to place a token on this trait. When there are 3 tokens, he performs a signature, and that sucks. But I'm going to put this up here, and I'm going to put a D10 on it. So that is 1 of 10 wounds, kids. 1 of 10 wounds. And I still have my Petrified Javelin. Now, second Kratos window. Oh, I have to do the escalation. So let me get a level 2 body part card here. So I'm going to roll this. That's a 6. Bam, put that on top of there. The next body part we care about, I rolled a 2. So it'll be a level 1 body part. And then I have to take out one of these level 1 AI cards. Again, there are 5 here. Rolling this die, I rolled a 2, so that's out of the game. Let me get a level 2 AI card. There are 6 here. I rolled a 3, so we'll take the 4th from the top. And then we'll add this here. The next AI card is a 5, so it will be the level 2. Excellent. All right, so that, my friends, is done. Now, second Kratos pool, we are going to add a break token to the Kratos pool. I'll use this to represent the Kratos pool. Olympia seems pretty far away. No, I'm sorry. Raz seems pretty far away to attack. So I don't know how indeed she's going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's how. There's like this movement thing that I should be doing more that I think I'm just finally starting to figure out. But I don't think I'm going to be able to attack with Raz. But we'll see. Oh, Raz can't go last. Shoot. Raz cannot go last, kids. She also has no chance to reposition. She does reduce knockbacks by 2, and she also reduces pushbacks by 1, so I don't mind her getting the priority token. So if she's going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, she can't attack this turn, which means she can't get her rage up. But, oh, the priority token at this point would be Leocules, because he has 1 rage. Raz not being able to go last really sucks. I can get +1 precision being next to her. That makes some sense. Where did she start? Let me see where she started again. I have ideas, yo. I'm thinking real hard. Now, I try not to think too much, but here we are. Here we are, alas. So if she went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's actually a really good place for her to be because of the +1 precision thing. Great. So I'm going to use my Arrow Barrage. So that's one of my 3 uses. I'm going to add 2 opening tokens to the Kratos pool. So now we have a break token and 2 opening tokens. I'm going to use my Someone Waiting. to stand up. So she would have had the knockdown card. That goes away. So now, on Olympia's turn, or who are you? Yeah, Olympia's turn. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now she's next to Raz. We got 2 opening tokens. She's using a weapon that gives her -1. She is attacking. She's next to Raz. That gives her +1. The opening tokens here give her +2, but again, she has fear, so she's -2. So all in all, it nets out to an absolute 0 difference, and she hits on a 7+. So let's hopefully we get lucky. We're rolling 2 dice. She rolls her basic die, and this die we hit on a 2+. A 7+. It's like a 2+. This is totally different, and actually, knowing that Raz can have attacked, Leocules would have added an opening token. So we're just not doing break tokens, kids. We're not doing break tokens. It's a thing, whatever. So she gets her raise up to 1. Raz on her turn should have done this. She's gonna gain the priority token and turn Hecaton. Oh, that takes a fate. Woof. She still would have done it. So she's going to gain a priority token and turn. But the 1 is high. Olympia would take it back. But I don't want. Him to go after Leocules. So I will give it to Raz. She takes a fate. Olympia's raise goes to 1. 1 is higher than Raz's 0. So Olympia would take the priority token from Raz. And that's still a better situation, all things considered. All right. So we're attacking. We now have +3, +4, because we're adjacent to Raz, -1, -2. So we're +1 entirely. We hit on 6s or better. I rolled a 2 and a 2. That's what I'm talking about, kids. I'm going to take 2 fate, and we're going for it. We have to get rid of this stupid fear card. And I rolled a 4 and a 5. All right. Total whiff. It's so great. And it took a lot of fate. And damn it. That's not good. It's really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. So like where we still have this fear thing now, we can't put anything in the Kratos pool. I absolutely wasted one of my crisis protocols, and all of that sucked. So here we are. So since we did not hit at all, we do not get to a level. We don't get to the second Kratos window, and that's really bad. It's incredibly bad. And woof. All right, let's go to the AI. So we did 3 turns. We got 1 wound. We need 9 more. Let's see what Hecaton wants to do. Of course, it's a level 2, which super sucks. Omni Punch, all adjacent titans. The only adjacent titan is indeed Ulyssia. So that's fine. So it's gonna turn to I did do that. So that he would have turned to face Raz, although he couldn't actually face Raz. So now he's facing Olympia. So that should have been part of when I did the Eris Alos. But there's only 1 adjacent titan. It's only Olympia. Only Olympia's getting attacked. Is gonna have to roll 3 dice. So a white and 2 blacks. I evade on a 9+. Each hit deals +1. If my fate was 4, +1 danger. If my fate was 4 or higher, it'd be +2 instead. It's probably gonna get there in a second. Woof! I rolled a 1, a 5, and a 3. So I'm rolling real good. So I don't evade any of it. I can avoid some of it with a my Siren Panoply armor roll. I avoid 1 of it, so I take 2. So my danger goes from a 3 up to a 5. I do my danger draw. It's going to be a major trauma now. Flood of Memories. Gain 1 Memos Nose for a chosen Memos, and then unexhaust that Memos. Yes, please. I will gain it for a chosen Memos. So I get to choose, or does it have to be the one that has the most? I think it has to be the one the most. If only in this, it has to be the one that has the most when you are when you're doing what? When you are when you get a keyword and you have 2 that apply. This one I can choose what I want. I will use standing up, or I will use someone waiting. And I'm going to ready this. Gain +2 and, or I could gain +2 and bypass, but I don't know what bypass means. So let's look to the rule book because we have a new keyword. What? I bet. What's going on? What does it cost over there? Here is like 60 USD. Wait, only 3 Titans. Okay. Cheap seats were restricted with 100 fees, so probably 140. Geez, well, average salaries here 1/3. Blah blah. So Slash Reform also executed with Miles Kennedy. Greg, I'm sure you'll be delighted to hear that our campaign is going great. Just has some major breakthroughs. Plus the first bird fight. We creamed this sucker. Nice. More talks about wages and concerts. The best thing about Axel. So yeah. Anyway, I'm decking my dad. I plan to see you in VOD probably. Cheers. Take care, Saget. Mike says, I bet. I'm sure it was a good show. Cheers, cheers. Mike, keep Greg honest. Will this be the game where Greg's rolling turns around in this campaign and he lives to the end of the day? We're off to a good start. I spoke to Sumit on the rolling. Oof. Yeah, dude. That's a thing. I'm very frustrated. I'm frustrated already. The level of my frustration, I get there quicker and quicker and quicker. And yeah, my campaign is not going great. Bypass. What do? You may move through other Titans. You cannot end your voluntary movement of space occupied by another Titan. You know what? I am gonna not get someone waiting back, which is fine. I'm not gonna get my first over someone waiting, but I'm gonna take Minoan Heritage. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it back, so I'm not gonna get a chance to ready it. But this will give me another chance to read. So I'm actually gonna have 2 things to read when we get to the next story step, assuming I'm still alive, which is a big freaking assumption, kids. But I'm making it, and because we got to a second level of another thing. Oh, we just, huh? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Minoan Heritage. That's not a space. I actually take off the 4. Oh, so I don't need. Oh, do I have that yet? How the hell does that work? Do I not have level 2 until I read the breakthrough? I don't think I have level 2 until I read the breakthrough, so it's not going to matter. So I don't think I can gain bypass in the middle of a thing. Is my current. I already am going to be reading the Minoan Heritage thing, so let me get someone waiting back. I'm not sure I can get that skill in the middle, but you know, ambiguities, ATO, blah 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 blah. Great. So that's done. It does not a chain break make, so I'm going to have to finish the rest of this crap. Each hit deals 1 damage. I did that. Knockback 5. Yeah, knockback 5 doesn't do anything for me. There's no point to prevent it or do this reflex thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look at me go. Alrighty then. That was only a level 2. That wasn't terrible. Out. I think Olympia's gonna go because we're gonna give her another chance. Holy crap. So I'm gonna use I'm gonna do this Titan thing. Now I'm gonna use Crisis Protocol again to get 2 opening tokens. I just have to roll better. I'm going to get range up to 2. I think my fate was at 3. It just turned. These things are a little finicky sometimes. That does give me a reroll and a power die. And I'm going to get my fate up to a 4 because we're just going for it. Because I don't think Olympia's going to be long for this world anyway. And she's going to move. She's at least however many away. She gets +1 movement, so she can move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. and we get an auto break. So we'll be able to add a break token that will be relevant for this roll as well. Now, I have two opening tokens, and I'm next to Raz, so everything cancels out again. So again, I just need to roll 7s or better, which, you know, considering my last roll, shouldn't be a problem because, you know, I'm so good at rolling dice. 7s or better. An 8 and a 4. I'm taking a fate. I really want to wound this die. And an 8 and an 8. Excellent. 2 hits. I get a red die, and I get 2 more red dice for each hit because the Teeth Coppish is amazing, and I already have a break token in there. So this is super cool. And now I get a precision token, which will help if I do a wound, which will help me. That the confusing thing for me is I feel like that's the 2 hit and then the do damage, and the way the tokens are unfortunate. And I think they just should have been a little bit clearer, because I think the precision token adds to my roll to hit. 46. I mean, what? We're not gonna look at the rulebook at all, kids. Woof. 46. Offensive gear stats. I can't even. 46, 49. To gain additional precision. Unless, is there another? Oh, that's a different symbol. God, okay, these symbols are not exactly very well differentiated. I need the eyeball. There we go. That's a precision token. That makes more sense because that symbol is consistent. Awesome. I knew something was weird. It was I grabbed the wrong thing. All right, so this is assuming I hit, which is a big assumption probably. So we get I have 5 dice, but you know, when there's a will, there's a way to make this go wrong. I only need a 2. If I fail, push back 2. The next body part card, I'm going to roll it just in case I roll 17 blanks. I only need a 2. I'm rolling 5 dice. Make the magic happen. Look at me. I have 4 hits and 3 things. So we have actually got the 5 hits. I did not fail, so I can ignore that. So that's 2 on the wound mobile here. And we're going to get a second token on here. And that does mean I can get rid of fear and gain a positive precision token, which is going to stay with me for as long as Olympia is alive, which, you know, admittedly might not be very long. Now, I had a reroll to whatever. I have 2 rage. I can add something to the break pool, to the pool here. I will add a break token. Yes, I think that makes the most sense indeed. So, fear goes away. I am no longer afraid. Don't be afraid. Be very afraid. I don't know. I should probably put these in alphabetical order because this is really annoying. Death, hatred, muffled, time clocked, fear. All right. Done. 2 wounds. Let's do some escalations, kid. Why don't we? So we're gonna do this. I rolled a 5. We're gonna grab this. I have 5. Nope. I have to take away a level 1. There are 4 level 1s. So I rolled a 2, so that level 1 is out. We now have 4 AI cards over here, and I rolled a 4, so of course the level 2 AI card stays on top. Body part cards. All right, I have 5 of them over here. I rolled a 2, so we get the 4th from the top, 2nd from the bottom. We are going to add this to the body parts, and the next body part up is a 4, which is a level 2, which makes me a wee bit nervous. So a little overkill here in Olympia, but at least I got rid of her thing, and the Teeth Copish and now that Precision are going to cancel each other out in a way that makes me super happy. All right. Well, Raz can't go last, so I guess she should go next. How about that? Seems like a great idea. Glad you agree. So we're going to go 1, 2, and we are going to attack. Probably not going to have enough oomph to do enough damage there since we're only rolling one die with the Siren Blade, but it's going to be super fun. So I am going to attack. This is my first attack. I get up to 1 rage, and I'm going to attack with my 1 die. I hit on a 7. I actually hit on a 6 because Siren Blade gives me +1. Booyah, I rolled a crit! Of course I rolled a crit, because I have no chance of actually doing damage. All right, I get 1 red die because I'm a Titan. I get 2 red dice because I have a hit with the Siren Blade. We have our 1 break token. I have no ability to add additional tokens. So this is going to suck, and I don't even have a reroll because I'm not at 2 rage. So let's see the body part that I'm not going to be able to kill. Got a small chance. I would need to get super, super lucky. But, you know, man, that's gross. Yeah, I roll crits at the worst possible time. The next body part over here, while we're looking at that, is going to be number 2. It is a level 1. So that should set Leocules up very nice. But we are going to get the 1 red die because we're Titan again. We have 3 red dice. I need a 5. We have 1 break token in there. And I rolled not even close to a 5. We got to a 3. Awesome. So I failed. Since I failed, it does not matter. There is no fail effect on there. We just put that up in a discard pile at the top. Most excellent. Now it is Leocules' turn. Leocules is going to be like, my turn. So he's going to go, and he's going to attack with a Shipwrecker Shield. Because, really? Maybe he won't. I'm not sure I want to risk like a rampage and a pushback and crash and badness, and maybe we can get down here toward this Minos. The Kratos pool, by the way, we're adding a break token. That makes sense. And we are going to be at 2 rage, so we will have a reroll. So maybe we go with the Petrified Javelin again. Do that one more time. But I don't want to do it from here. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Nope. 5. Yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can attack from here. I might as well do that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll attack from there. So he can move this way so I can, make sure no one's getting smushed by the Hecaton here. I'm going to attack with a Petrified Javelin. So I'm rolling 2 dice. I have a crit and a non-crit. I am +1, so I do hit on a... Ooh. Let me do the Arrow Barrage while I'm thinking of it. Get this danger down to 3. That makes more sense. All right, so I'm attacking, because you only use that once around. I'm sorry, Crisis Protocol got that down to 3, and I used 2 Arrow Barrages. I think I might have taken a token for the wrong thing before. So we have a crit die, a non-crit die. I'm attacking with a Petrified Javelin. I hit on 6s because the Petrified Javelin is +1. Booyah! So there's a 6 there. I'm going to take a second fate to re-roll the 1. This is my second rage because I'm attacking. Rage! And an 8. Great. So 2 hits. I get a red die because I'm a Titan. I get a red die for each hit, and we're only going up against a level 1 body part. So hopefully it's one of the easier ones. I need a 4. The next body part is going to be number 1. So body 1, bottom 1, it's a number 1. Here we are. If I wounded, some bad things happen. I gain a fate. I think that happens whether or not I am adjacent. Knockdown only happens if I am adjacent. But I need a 4, so I have 1 break token there. So we have a pretty solid chance at this. And that's 1, 2, 3. I have a reroll because I'm at level 2 in rage. So give me a 4, please. Oh my god. Oh, dude. I was 2/3 likely to do that, and 2/3 likely to hit, and I just find a way to be 1 shy. Now, since I did not hit it, Cumbersome does not trigger, and that's a thing. We go to these. So annoying. Since I didn't wound it, I don't have to worry about the response there. That just goes up there. So we have 2 wounds on this guy. Oh man, we're not going to survive 10 rounds. So like, just super frustrating. I am going to add a break token because that seems like the thing that always crushes me when I am shy on break tokens. And maybe we'll try to do this because I'm not smart and I'm bad at board games. So that's what's going to happen. So we go to the AI. It's another level 2 AI. So this is the second level 2 AI card in 3 rounds. Level 2 AI card in 3 rounds, which is really hard to do and not great. So I'm rolling that. The next AI card is going to be, I only have 3 left here, so I'll take the bottom one because 1, 2 will be the bottom. So target is priority. Priority is Ulyssia. We are already facing Ulyssia and blah, blah, blah. Each hit deals 2. My fate is over a 3, so I have to roll 3 dice instead of just 2. So we get this die and 2, so the crit die and the 2 non-crit dice, but I evade on an 8+. My evades have been absolute garbage so far. And 8, 9, and a 5. I will take a fate. Get up to 6 fate, and let's see if we can't get an A+ out of that. I got a crit. Most amazing. So no danger. I could get knocked down. I have the stand up ability, so I don't really care. After attack, if there is 2+ danger was dealt, then you draw a Kratos card. Nothing was dealt, so I will get knocked down. Remember, I have this back though, because no. Yeah, I did the thing in someone. So I do have that back because I took the thing in someone waiting. So that's fine. She's knocked down, and we already have that back, and that will go up here. So far, so good is what I say. So we're gonna do her. Raz can't go last. Raz can't go last. I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah. I still think it's a level 1 body part card. I like Raz's chances. She is going to she'll be at 3 rage. She'll have a reroll. Olympia should probably go first. She's +1, -1. Cancel out Teeth Kelpish. She has the reflex. Yeah, Olympia's going to go first. I'm just worried of, again, a pushback and Raz gets stomped on, and like that's not great. But I think the +1 precision makes that make sense. But although, I mean, the Teeth Coverage is so strong, I might want to save that for a level 2 body part. Do the Siren Blade first. We have a break token in there or +1. All right, let me do the Siren Blade first. It is what it is. So Raz is going to just stay right where she is. She's attacking with the Siren Blade. Her rage goes up to 2. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to attack with a Shipwrecker Shield. She's rolling the crit die because she only rolls 1 die. I hit on a 7, +1 I hit on a 6. A 3 is garbage. We'll do a fate. Yeah, a total miss would be terrible. And we have a total miss. Woof. So Kratos pool is cleared. Nothing gets added. So that's super fun. Oh, the joys. It's really bad. All right, let's Minos Manos. Murder yours a signature against you. I think we'll be far enough away. That's fine. We'll try to do the Minos Manos. Hopefully I roll good. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're adjacent as my attack. I'm gonna do this again instead. I roll a d10. I would like an 8 or higher, and a 2. Okay. I take 2 danger. That's only once a game, so I can't do this ever again. So that's my roll. I take a danger. This is like really dumb. I don't know why I tried it because, you know, it's a thing. There we go. Feint. Instead, I place 2 openings and or break tokens in the Kratos pool. We'll do 2 openings. And so it's Feint. Look, a 3-headed goat. I love goats. They're great. All right, so that mess is done. I literally can't do that again. If I push the Marno, nope. None of that matters. Great. So I'll put 2 opening tokens because I'm not that worried about break tokens. And now it's going to be up to you, Ulyssia. Ulyssia is going to stand up one more time. We have opening tokens, so I don't even want to get her next to Raz anymore because I won't need to. She hits on that. She has this precision plus those 2. She's -1, so she essentially hits on a 7. She's all that. It's 2 better. She hits on a 5. She's rolling 2 dice, hitting on a 5 for each die. I rolled a 5 and a 7, so that is 2 hits. Each hit gives me 2 dice plus the 1 die because indeed I am a Titan. I have no break tokens in there, but I'm kind of okay with that. It's only a level 1 body part, and I will have a reroll. This is my 3rd attack, so let me rage it up. My fate is up to a 6, which isn't great, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so the level 1 body part, let me roll this. It's a 5. There's only 3 cards left, so this is going to be a level 2 body part that stays on top. I only need a 3 to hit. There is a wound thingy that isn't great, but alas, it is what it is. I hit with, I need only 3 hits to make this happen, and I have a reroll. There we go. I have 4 hits, plus I can convert break tokens twice. I have no break tokens, but that's fine. I could have done it if I did. So, I do wound it. It's pushed back 1, so it's good I wasn't next to Raz, because she would have been smushed, got some crash and knocked down and all that stuff. I gain 1 danger, so that gets me up to 4 danger. And knock back 5, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Woo! So that is our 3rd wound. Crap. What's the order of operations here? Yeah, so 3rd wound, which goes there. Let me finish the escalation. So we finish resolving the current action. So I'm going to add another level 2 body part. We have 4 left over here. I rolled that. That's a 6. That's garbage. All right, 2 was helpful. We're going to add this to the 4 body parts in my hand. The next body part that's coming up is indeed a level 1. Now we have to take out one of the level 1 AI cards. All of these are level 1. There's 3 in my hand, so we're taking out the middle one. We're adding a level 2 AI card. Boop, boop, boop. There's 4 left. That's a 1. That comes out. The next AI card is going to be a level 1. Or string of level 2's end. So we finish resolving the current action. That includes the 2nd Kratos pool. The 2nd Kratos pool is going to allow me to add some things. I will add 2 break tokens. So level 1. Yeah, I still like that. And done. Now, fist for a fist. Each time Hackathon gains a third token, finish resolving the current action, discard this, and then perform the signature. So we discard these tokens, and we perform the signature. What is the signature? Well, the closest Titan in front in range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's his movement? His movement is 6. Woof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is going to be Olympia. Yeah, that's fine. So he's a 10. Oh, I have to roll 3 dice. I only evaded a 9. Whoops. So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is destructed. It is destructible. So that column is out. I need to roll 3 evade dice. So I'm rolling my crit. Yeah, it would just be 2, but this is my fate's a 6. I have to roll a third. I only evade on 9 plus. I rolled a 1, a 1, and a thing. That's garbage. All right, I can try to. I'm going to take a fate to reinforce. So I would take 3 danger. I'm trying to only take a minimum of 2. I negated 1, so I do take 2. So it does get me up to 6 danger. And then I'm going to take a fate to do a reflex and move over there to avoid the knockback, because the knockback would push me off the edge of the earth. And that's not good. But I do have to make this fate draw. This is going to be a major trauma. Gain this card and the priority token. Already have it. While I have this card, I cannot lose a priority token. So I will have the priority token forever. Hold on 1 sec. All right. Woo! Sad. Okay, I guess I will join the stream a bit. If you fail this to wound, -5, 5 dice for 2, I'll give you money. All right, no money then, but at least you hit. You do have a chance. I'll be a low one. Memos, clarification. You get the new ability only after you read the section during the story steps. I kind of missed a lot of the past few episodes just to catch up. Do you have nymphs or god forms? I have 1 god form. I have Zeus. Aaron streamed out at me anyway. Here, I'm still here. Okay, it's back now. Weird. So for like a minute. Yeah, I think YouTube's is mad at me, trying to punish me for not streaming as much. Which is fine. Fine, YouTube. I'll play your reindeer games. All right. So I use the reflex, so that does exhaust. Woof. But yikes. So we're at 6 danger. Probably not worth trying to heal her too much. Her fate is already at an 8. When her fate gets higher, I take a Moros card, I think. I mean, I appreciate that Moros and Kratos, but it would be nice if they were like, yeah, Moros cards, and then on the back of the card said, for when you have higher than 9, whatever, right? Like, just little cues, man. Like, this shit doesn't come up a lot. Yeah, when any effect requires you to raise your fate over 9, you must immediately show the Moros card. You cannot voluntarily do that. If you have to draw a second Moros card, then you die. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, I only have 1 more fate to play with Olympia. So that's a thing. So yes, wasting that on her is not going to be great. But oh crap. Was that literally? That was the end of my round too. That's really special. That was the end of my round because all 3 of my dudes attacked, and we added a wound, so it was the 3rd wound in 3 rounds. We tried real hard, And now the Hecaton goes. So I need 7 more wounds, and I think we're going to need to do more than 1 a round. That is not a good pace. So, level 1 AI, I'm rolling this, there's only 2 left. The level 2 AI stays on top. Target closest Titan in range. Of course, it indeed is my girl, Ulyssia, who is just not gonna live. Wow, 5 dice, kids. So we're gonna go 1, 2. She doesn't have this reflex anymore. So 1, 2. I have to roll 5 dice. So I have my crit and 4 other dice. It would have been only 4 dice, but I do evade on a 6+. So bam! I evaded on a 6+. I got a crit, but not on the crit die. I missed. I evaded 3 of the 5. Each one deals a danger, so I take 2 danger, which gets me to 8. I have to draw a grave trauma card. Looking on the Kratos table here. Yep. Deluge of Memories. Gain a Memos node for Eternal's Memos. Then I exhaust that Memos and return it to play if it's discarded. Alrighty then. I get another Memos node. I'm going to do it on someone waiting because I'll take that ability back. It might come in handy. And yeah, the trauma deck it just wants to give me Memos nodes. Most amazing. So, and then pushback 3 isn't great because it's going to be 1. I gotta look at them. The pushback rules are really confusing. At times, knockback, pushback, terrain must revolve and it lays through. Yeah, so I think what happens, I could be wrong, so I was going to push back 3, so 1, 2, 3. All this is destroyed, but because she got pushed through the pole, I think that causes crash. I think that causes crash, and I take a danger. Yeah, Titan suffers crash and continue the pushback. So crash, we get knocked down, we take 1 danger, and we're at 9 danger, which is fine. Totally fine. What's there to worry about? Nothing. Nothing at all, kids. So, that is indeed done. My fate's only at 8. Great. I'm going to use someone waiting. Wow, Raz is like way the hell over here. We're going to forego move. Nope, we're going to attack first and then try to move around. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That I like. Let me get off the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or do I stand on the city? Just scared about destructible and blah blah. Yes, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not gonna, but I could get those back. She's gonna die soon anyway. It doesn't matter. No, I'll go. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna ready these again, and then we're going to attack. Final answer. My attack, I only hit on a 7. It's only a level 1 body part, and I have no more fate. It's wasting that for opening tokens is probably a mistake. We have 2 break tokens in here. I should be good. I only have 1 fate. Will I roll at least 1 7? Yes. I only hit on 7s. A 3 and a 5, kids. I'm taking 1 fate to get to 9 fate. And crit die, I rolled a freaking 1. So I totally missed. Kratos Fool clears. That's like a devastating miss. And it lost my last fate. You know what? I probably should have rolled before I decided I wasn't moving. Because there was no difference. And now I will move. And I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, and 4. 1. I could do this. 1. I had the priority token, which is the problem. But if I don't get in front, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, come here. I just getting that destroyed just makes no sense to lose things. All right. Well, crap. One, 2, 3, 4. Nope. The Ocules is going to go. He's moving 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can attack with a Petrified Javelin. We're rolling 2 dice. We have no break tokens. I'm at 2 danger. I could get an auto break token. That's probably smart. Let me do that. So I'm going to do a rush, which gives me a fate, which gets me up to 3. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. We're attacking with 2 dice. We have auto break, so we add a break token in there. I hit on a 7 plus 1. I hit on a 6. I rolled a crit and an 8, so I have 2 hits. So 1 red die, another red die. This is my 3rd attack, so that's 3 rage. And we get the body part card. Blah, blah, blah. The next body part card is a 1, which is going to be a level 1. I only need 2 to hit with 3 dice and 1 break token and a reroll. Holy crap. I have to reroll. I missed again. Yeah. That's a pretty devastating miss. I fail. I get pushed back 2. So he faces me 1, 2. Oh shoot. I actually attacked with a Shipwrecker Shield, by the way. The math, I would have hit on 7s instead of 6, but I rolled good enough to do it. So I couldn't attack that close with the Petrified Javelins. I would have been attacking with the Shipwrecker Shield. It didn't fucking matter. It's like, let's just be totally honest. I'm going to add 2 break tokens. Raz isn't even at 3. She has a reposition 1. I haven't been using that. She's not even at 3 danger, so I can't even have her attack. She will just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll just refresh this. So round 4, I did no wounds. I mean, I just don't even think we're finishing this campaign. Like I don't doing a Sisyphus there and doing this battle over appeals to me not at all at this point. Just with the way the last 3 portions of this campaign have gone. So yeah, maybe we'll turn it around. I've done 3 wounds in 4 rounds. I don't think that's gonna be enough to get this done. We'll see what the AI is. It is a level 2 AI. We have 1 more AI card here. It is a level 1. Closest target in range in front, that is going to be the Oculus. The Oculus does not have 5 fate, so we don't have to worry about the 3 per, but it is going to be 2 danger per. I'm rolling 2 dice now. I do have a Shipwrecker Shield, which means I can reroll 2 dice, but then there's knockdown and some other badness that is going to be, well, bad. It's badness. Bam. Oh, Raz could not have gone last, so Raz would have had to go before. Whatever. I rolled a 6 and a 1, so I effectively negated none of that. I will take a fate to re-roll. Nope, I don't have to take a fate. I get to re-roll both of them because I have 2 free re-rolls thanks to the Shipwrecker Shield. I rolled a 4 and a 5, so it doesn't matter. You only can re-roll things. I can't now spend fate to re-roll them again. That's not the way it works. I take 4 fate. 4 danger. So if I'm going to 3 to 7, so I do a grave trauma roll. I die. I die, and then we shuffle this back on the deck, and that's it. I'm not even playing this out. It's just not worth it. I'm not having fun with it. When I'm not having fun, I don't think I'm shoving a game off well. But yeah, this one's dead. I mean, Ulysses got 9 danger. Raz isn't going to be able to pull this off by her own. If I was at 6 or 7, maybe I consider it. But trying to do this with 3 Titans just is seems kind of silly. I don't think my equipment is up to snuff. So I don't know. I I feel like I should have been at least at 5. I mean, I rolled twice. I just needed to roll. I get 2/3 of the time. I get a hit like that, but I did not roll when I needed, and it's just really kind of frustrating. So that is the end of my Aeon Trespass Cycle 1 attempt. We will say I used my Sisyphus Tear in my first battle of the entire game when I redid something and just lost. So that was my Sisyphus tier use, and this campaign ends in a rather crushing ending. I will consider revisiting this game in the future when I have the time to sink into it, and will be a little bit removed from a rather frustrating experience the last few battles. So, okay, back now. Why do I make the game easy and lower the barrier to entry? This way you can beat the cool kid for knowing the game. Well, for the most part. Did you ever check the rules for retreat, by the way? Yeah, I guess there's like it's one thing I could do. The reality is I need more Titans, and I have the tech where if I can win when I start a battle with less than 4, I can actually get up to 4, which is kind of would have been helpful at this point. I mean, I think I had the chance. I mean, I kept missing. And then, I mean, I don't even know what to make of this Minos Monos. Like, I mean, this thing just seems like a sucker move. I mean, I literally need an 8, 9, or 10. I mean, I guess the +1 thing for the rest of the thing. I mean, that's the 3rd attempt. That's the 4th attempt. That's the 5th attempt. 6th attempt. 7th attempt. 8th attempt. 9th attempt. 10th attempt. 11th attempt. This is how I roll case. Oh, on my 12th attempt, I would have had +1 to my power roll for the rest of the game. So like that's just a sucker move. And if I don't do that, if I don't get that 2 danger, I get a major trauma instead, where I could have done a bonus attack, right? Like, I don't know, man. There's some wild swings that they're a lot. I mean, for a game where you're investing this much to have a swing like that, where it's like literally, so I do that stupid roll, I get 2 danger I wouldn't have had otherwise, and instead of having a bonus attack, I just die. Like, but having that at the top of that deck, and then it reshuffles in, which is kind of, I can't see the point of that. Like, um, yeah, that's crazy. Although I could have Awaken. I mean, actually, why if I have Awaken, then I have Zeus, right? Like, it was just sustained bad luck over the last um, 3 or 4 battles, on top of me still learning the game and probably not optimizing some things. But it's a lot to really want to play this more, and I frankly just don't. I don't have it right now. Um, I'm going away for 3 weeks. I'll put this aside for a few months, and then we'll come back to it, and we'll see what I want to do with 3 cycles. I mean, I do have a friend who's really interested, so maybe I'll start with him, and we'll both control 2 Titans and try it that way. But this is pretty punishing for me. And Big Bird, Big Bird was no fun. So Big Bird really killed a lot of chances I had. This thing we rewarded Zeus. Wouldn't that be cool? Make sure to save the 1 favorite to reroll. Not the result that was right there. Would you care to discuss what that went down in this campaign, or the stuff I thought it's going to take you? Oh, I could have redrawn. I mean, it just doesn't feel worth it. No. Bonus attack. What was even on the bottom of this? I don't even know how this was shuffled. I did have Sales Bolus. It would be second chance, and then I draw the next card off. Discard all conditions or lose 3 fate. It's an idea. I don't see how I'm winning this. Anyway, I mean, that's 7 danger, that's 9 danger. Yeah, the idea like I could become Zeus is interesting. I mean, Sajid, I'm always yeah, I mean, so I'm always interested to hear your thoughts when went down. Like, I don't, as a campaign though, like, I'm not sure. There's definitely something with the positioning game that I don't fully understand, or I haven't fully appreciated it as a strategy, right? And again, when you're like, you're 6 away and you get focused on, and then then once he focuses on you, then you move 1 away with reflex, but he's still focused on you, and he doesn't get to you, and he can't attack, and um, you know, uh, yeah, forgetting that I had the redraw was silly. I do think I, for the most part, was on top of my abilities. I don't think the game. I don't think the battles came down to me forgetting what I could do. I think I was pretty good with the second Kratos pool. I did end up with not getting a lot of tokens from, like, the boat mace is nice because it gives you a break 1 with you when you attack with it, but the boat mace is only rolling 1 dice plus 2. So this might have been better than the Siren Blade. You just don't have the reposition, and then you don't have the +1 to your danger roll if you get 7 plus danger. Your power roll when you get 7 plus danger. Maybe I take the Siren Blade and the boat mace, and I don't have the petrified javelin, but that's again the number of things you can ignore when you're not adjacent. I think is super interesting. Greg, don't bother. I think anyone rushing you would get that you have no value in moving forward with this. Yeah, I have no interest in moving forward with this at this moment. Do feel a little bit like not burned out by it, but it's when I'm streaming 4 times a week and I could stream this, it makes sense. But I'm streaming once a week or twice a week, and I'm streaming this, and the campaign is going so poorly. Um, I don't think that's a good fit for what I'm looking to do. I really don't. These extra tiles, man. When you're giving me something where I'm only going to get something good 30% of the time, like I don't understand the point. Um, yeah, it's crazy, dude. And then there's like all these things where if you push the Titan into these columns, but like that just doesn't happen very easily. You need your rage to be a lot higher. I wonder, getting to a point where you can actually, mess with your rage better, I think would be something that's of interest to me. But it just, I, I when I didn't wound, I really feel like when I didn't wound, it was 40% of the time I didn't have a chance to wound because the wound threshold was so high and I just wasn't even rolling enough power dice to even get there, or I was one off, like I missed by one so many times. And like that's just, I mean, there's definitely a lot of bad luck there, but like for real, dude, I needed a 2 and I had 3 dice and I didn't roll a single, and I end a reroll and I didn't roll a single symbol, and then you're just like, all right, like this is not, it's not my day. I mean, and when it's not your day in a game like this, and it's like, well, it's not my cycle, and it's not your cycle, and you're like, oh man, the hours to spend just to get back here, like this just might not be my game. Um, and that's just, it's really frustrating. And I think if you're playing with a group of 4 people or 2 people, I mean, 2 people is probably less onerous, but you get 3 or 4 people together, you know, you don't want to start a campaign that's super, 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 super long and be like, there's a good chance we're not going to win this, right? Like, I think that's a lot. That's a big investment. I mean, look, it's one thing to do in like an Arkham Horror, where you're failing forward and you might lose the campaign in the last scenario. Um, it's one thing to do it, but it's only 8 scenarios, right? You can pound that out in 20, 30 hours. When you're doing this, I mean, this is hundreds of hours of a commitment, plus a huge rules overhead and learning curve, and all that goes into kind of bringing this together. For it just to kind of crap out where you're like, man, I can't even roll two danger when I two damage when I need it. It's like, and then the number again, like I had like 9 Titans. I lost 3 against Big Bird. No, I lost 2 against Big Bird. I lost like 4 Titans in just random events. Right? I'm like, well, I lose a Titan? Like, oh, okay. And now I'm down to 3 Titans and I have to go into a primordial battle? Like, that sucks. Like, how is that helping me experience the rest of this game where you're literally putting down to 3 Titans? Like, if I have one more Titan, the cards coming out as they were, the abilities I had like left in my armory, I assume that that's a more fair combat, and I actually have a chance. But I lost like 4 Titans because of random events, a random chance, hub adventures, choices I made, and you're like, oh shit! Like all my Titans are going away. Like I have to go into a battle with a 4 Titan, and I'm going through all these tiles. I'm not finding Titans, and then the whole Titan breeding thing didn't seem like it was actually breeding any Titans. Like I'm like, what? So I invest in all this tech that's called Titan breeding, but it wasn't really Titan breeding. So I'm kind of just stuck with, you know, all the scarcity of resources, scarcity of opportunity, and then suddenly like there I am, like, you know, having to win a battle with 3 or less Titans just to get back to 4. That seems like a pretty crappy trade-off, and it's not even. I mean, if I'm trying to remember the tech, like if I start a battle with 4 Titans and I win, I don't even think the tech triggers. If I win a battle, yes, this is nuts. If I win a battle that I started with less than 4 Titans, in the battle and after the battle game, blah blah blah, to have a total of. But what if I win a battle and after the battle I have less than 4 Titans, right? Like at least get me back to 4, but then you keep taking Titans away from me in adventure and hubs and stuff like that. It's like, come on, man. Like that just doesn't seem like a really. It's not the kind of thing that I'm going to like be 100% excited to want to start a new campaign, knowing that those are the kind of outcomes that can happen. And like, look, I know people love this shit. I know people love like Kingdom Death Monster. I've heard Kingdom Death Monster is even swingier and more wild and more crazy. Um, that's a big consideration for me is like I like hard and I like hard puzzles that if I could replay this and it was 4 or 5 hours, like I love Uprising, I love Zeds, I love games that I lose more than I win for sure. But losing a campaign like this, what is like it's just like a tortured experience to learn. It's a tortured experience to learn, go through the rule book, and then you have like this the last 2-3 sessions crap out the way they did was not a great gaming experience for me overall, for sure. Um, by the way, before we started, we discussed with the guys that A, if we run out of Titans during the game, we magically gain some, no way restarting. And B, if we run out of 80 days, we simply continue. If there's any stupid section of the story text that says X character dies, which is absolutely against the flow of the game, we ignore it. We are now 130, 104 hours in, roughly 60% through. The designers simply don't understand the average person cannot afford to throw away that much progress. The crit loot on the tile is super cool. That's a wild number to be at in this campaign. Sadly, I can't imagine investing that much time in one game. I would literally have to be the only thing I played for like 2 years. Says Mike. Sadly, we play this 3 or 4 of us roughly every 2-3 weeks. Started last year, we finished probably around Christmas. Everyone was cool with it since many just stopped D&D. I think this is not as difficult as it turned out for you. A little bit is on you and your style of decision. A lot is on randomness. Does the game feel like it gets easier to go along? Sadly, curious what game looks like 130 hours in versus 30, says Mike. It keeps the difficulty up. It is menacingly brutal even now. But if it is brutal both ways, it will work well with gear positioning and get some dice luck. You can just massacre enemies due to some good pulls. We won the last Labby level 4 fight in 2 rounds. Woof! Which means we did like 4+1 wounds each round. Yeah, man, I can't. I don't think I ever did more than 2 wounds in a round. Maybe I did 1 round where I had 3. I mean, I had a couple of games. Like my first, I had like that ambush battle. The ambush battle's dumb, by the way. I like the number of things that this game does that are just like dumb. Like it's like why? Why do I need to set up this ambush battle? I don't get any resources for it. It doesn't make any sense. Like thematically, maybe it's cool, but I'm kind of over it. So it's like another battle. Like here we go. The pursuer battles don't bother me as much. You can kind of see them coming, and they kind of absolutely affect your choices in a way that I think is cool and put some pressure on and add some tension. But the ambush battle that comes out of the exploration deck, oh dear God, why? I mean, I had a couple of battles where I handily won, and then it just felt like I stopped, and like all of a sudden. I just got gutted by the Immediate Pursuer twice. That cost me 3 Titans, um, including the one that had the Eye Pet and Strain. And I just, again, you give me those 3 extra Titans. I have a 4th Titan now. Herodotus probably makes a big difference in this battle. I probably can still piece this together despite some really awful power dice rolling. You know, um, and even if you get me to 4 wounds or 5 wounds, like we're having a different conversation. But like this is just going so badly, like, and I can't see wanting to kind of reset it without just resetting the campaign and coming back another day. Um, but just not enough time for me right now. And that's like kind of a sad thing too. Like if my schedule was what it was, 6 months ago, like great. you know, there is a level of like where I'm at in life where this is just not working for me, and I'm aware of that. So it's not entirely a game problem. There is a little bit more to it, just with like where I'm at in life and some things that are going on for sure. But level 1 body part cards with the 3rd generation of weapons are almost automatic. We are just building up our 4th generation of weapons. One of them gives 2 black dice, adding there was any body part response to give you an idea. Yeah, that would be strong. Um, I don't know where you're getting these weapons. I mean, I've looked at the weapons that I have access to now, and I'm just kind of like, all right, they look fine. It's a slow burn with the tech. I mean, that's for sure. Um, you know, and I guess I don't. Maybe there's like a path. You're just like, no, just go down this path. Don't do anything else. And you know, you just have to make it work that way. Because yeah, what I was doing was not. Um, I don't was not getting me over the hump very easily. I mean, so many like there's so many weapons that you start with. It just even now just feel like obsolete. They just don't work. And then you have the Hermesian Pursuer, which is making you lose weapons, which is like such a overpowered, like that's such a wild mechanic that like, oh, you just lose gear. Like what? I can't afford to lose gear. I guess you have the resource to rebuy it if you really lost something you needed, but like woof, dude. Yeah, it's really bad. Totally makes sense. Time is valuable and minimal, so better play stuff you know you're enjoying versus play stuff that's become a bit of a slog. Sag says, hey, if you ever feel like coming back to this, let's chat a bit. Maybe I can feed your motivation, but if not, then we'll sail to different waters. Maybe. I mean, I will come back. I mean, I'm curious about the next couple of cycles. I mean, I only got how far in. Um, you know, there's definitely something here. This is, you know, not a game I'm gonna walk away from. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, if it was between like getting like 3 friends to commit to this versus getting 3 friends to commit to Madara, I'm more eager to get to Madara. You know, I find the mechanics in that more interesting. I find the the feel of that is like just the flow of that campaign a lot better. Now it's like, look, this is a boss battler. Madara is more of a dungeon crawler, so there's probably something more familiar about that to me too, considering all the Frosthaven I've played and Gloomhaven I've played over the years. Um, but yeah, man, this was a tough. This is a really frustrating turn where it kind of felt like the campaign was like, all right, I got things are coming together. I won a couple of battles in a row. I beat the bull twice, and then all of a sudden, no Parmesan Pursuer, Hackathon, boom, like, and you just get absolutely walloped. Um, yeah, absolutely walloped. But it is funny. I had the second chance. But I'm already at 7 danger, right? It's like my evade rolls were really bad. Really bad. I mean, I rolled 4 dice. I can't get an 8 plus. Yeah, the number of times, I think that's another thing too, is like the number of times I rolled a crit. I mean, I rolled crits like probably a statistically average amount, but kept missing in the power roll. So I missed out on some cool gear. I missed out on some cool opportunities. The So I missed out on things to go into the secret deck and get some nice pieces of gear that I'm sure could have made a big difference in how, you know, some of these battle felt. I never awakened. I kind of, the awakened thing feels a little bananas to me. So if you're Zeus, you roll 2 dice. You attack with lightning. For each hit, you roll 2 red dice, and then you start with a base of a black die. That's interesting. When you deal a wound, if your total powers are passed, blah blah, lose an Argo, and then do a bonus attack. Yeah, that's some crazy things going on here. Plus 2% precision. I have no idea what that symbol is. Plus 2 precision and then 2 something. Two weird symbol. What is that symbol? I don't know. There's a lot of symbols. It could be a little clearer. Plus 2 precision and then 2. Oh, 2 that. What's that? What's that, Sajid? What's that green friggin' token? 2 something. I just let it wound you and then don't lose it or carry some crappy stuff with you. Oh yeah, with the pursuer. Yeah, so pursuer you only lose gear if it doesn't wound you. But then there are some times like it triggered on me once where I was forced to lose it. Like it was like a weird effect. Like I definitely still had to lose something. Frankly, I generally just like crawlers. I'll probably the way around. Awaken will be super rare at the best of times. It's attended that way, but it did happen for us. Curious what your favorite boss battlers are. I have yet to actually play one since I'm newish to board gaming. I'm really excited about Primal. It's a less ambitious undertaking, which I think would probably translate better for me and what I'm looking for. So, or what I'm generally going to be looking for. But yeah, there's not a ton out there. I mean, what Kingdom Myth Monster, Townsfolk Tussle. But alas, so ends our attempt to play through Cycle 1 of ATO. I just can't see hobbling along for another 61 days. My fate seems to be fairly clearly sealed. I don't know how I would reasonably expect to turn this around. I will pack this up in the box and then pull it out when I have a friend who wants to commit to going through it. I think doing this with one other person could be an interesting exploration, to say the least. I had one card in here that was level 2, didn't I? I had a level 2 card. Yeah, they really don't make the cycle 2, production. Is it on this side? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, the bronze layer. The bronze layer. How do you feel? Alright. Argo abilities. They're fine. So I'm sad, but yeah, kind of glad this ended quicker. No, I'm not. That was a really frustrating, sucky experience. But you know, it is what it is. Definitely some bad luck. Maybe next time, the next campaign will go a lot different. It just was not meant to be today for sure. The green thing is a timing token. You only get to play it as a god for a limited time. Oh, interesting. I don't think many of them, honestly. Vegas was a good call, though. Probably Primal expect to be exact same sort of hot mess in terms of rules as this one. I don't know, man. I just think they're trying. Number one, it seemed like a pretty ready product even before they got to production. And if you look at what they had done and guys like Jeremy Howard and others who I kind of generally like a lot of what they say about games. I'd be surprised if Primal comes out as an uber hot mess. And I think that the scope of what they're trying to do is narrower in a way that is going to really help them pull off a good product. But you could be right. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I just think that this game in particular was so ambitious, and they missed hard on so many things when it came to making it player friendly. That you know, I would be shocked if Primal didn't have like an easier on ramp and a slightly a much better learning curve. And I think the scope of the battles with Primal, I mean, the fact that it's a smaller, more contained battle mat, you're really just having one dragon who's kind of moving around as you're kind of circling around it. I just can't see it having the level of nuance and rules minutia and um, stuff. But yeah, I mean, who knows, man? But until you actually get it and start playing it, I mean, you can't really be surprised by anything these days. I've heard good things about that one. I'm interested in the Monster Hunter World. Is a big fan of the IP. Yeah, I'm a little I like Steam Forge to some level. I've heard enough about it that say it seems like it seems like more people like it than don't. But I'm always a little hesitant with Steam Forge, to be honest. And I say that as somebody who has 2 review copies of Steam Forge games, I really need to explore and get on the channel at some point. So getting a third Steam Forge type, title probably isn't great. But I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn was such a miss for me that I'm hesitant to really give Monster Hunter World a look. I always get that one, Mike, but that is me. I had the mod on TTS installed. I'm meaning to try it. I'd like to play on that before I spend 100 some on the game when it released physically. About player count on ATL, which only says 2 to 3 players. It is just better. Too much crap to track, and then you forget things like second chance. Gregory also said, "So what are you playing next?" What we are playing next is I want to go through like my favorite games, man. I want to play Uprising. I want to play more Set a Watch. I want to play more Zeds. I want to play more Mage Knight. I want to play more of the things that I love that are like one-offs. There are some campaigns I do need to dig into at some point. I mean, Bard Song, for sure. Um, the revised Dark Souls is something I want to explore. Um, I just got all of Solomon Kane. That was like my big splurge. It's like kind of my. I probably shouldn't have, but I saw it for a really good price, and I've been excited to try that one for a while. So Solomon Kane is definitely on the list, but it's gonna be a minute, I think, before I jump into another campaign. I really need to get into the rhythm with like kind of a new lifestyle. New lifestyle that I'm living these days. So I got a lot going on there. So, but it's going to be, I think, a lot more one-offs. I may try to get a one-off on the channel like late tonight because I'm going away for a couple weeks. I might try to get like an uprising on the channel. So if I'm going to be up late tonight, I might just do something and have like a very small audience just to kind of get it done and get it out there. But we'll see. Sad says, "Wow, I'm super curious with that one. I'm super curious about what you think of SK. For us, it was such a hit. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by that one. Rolling Solo, Adam Smith from Rolling Solo had nothing but like glowing things to say about it. In a way that kind of got my attention. And Adam and I don't always line up with our games, but we line up enough. And what he was saying about that one, like, really, really intrigued me enough that I saw an all in for a really good price, and I just jumped at it. And the co-op in that is gold. The co-op in Solomon Kane, interesting. Any chance you'll get Unbreakable on the channel? Any of the Gillies? Yeah, I still need to get Gilly on the channel. I think is he the last? I think he's the last one I haven't featured ever, and I want to start doing some of like the revised tyrants. I just really haven't had a chance to dig into Unbreakable like I want. And then there's like, I mean, Cloudspire. I have the Grove Tenders up next. I want to do more of that. I still have Hoplomachus Victorum. And we'll see. I'm going to try to meet up with the Chip Theory guys when I'm out at Gen Con, and maybe they'll send Riffle my way, or the Automatana Shell or something, because whatever. But we'll see. I definitely have my Chip Theory games that have Chip Theory has been taking a backseat for me a little bit, and I think that's gonna continue a little bit as my frequency of streaming is down for sure. Sad to say, granted, the rules are usual mess you expect from campaign games. Yeah, I've heard the rules there are garbage. So I'm excited to go on BGG and get some FAQs um, and the like. So um, yeah, I do. I question why the rules in this are such a mess. Like they're just so bad, and like just things like are just unsaid and unexplained, and or just poorly explained, underexplained, and just leave so much to the imagination in a way that I really hope, with this next Kickstarter, they just put out a revised rule book and really do themselves a favor, um, and whatever. But because in its core, like this is a fairly simple game mechanically. What makes it hard is you just nothing's obvious. And again, the places where you want to look for information or you would expect to look for information on a normal game just aren't there. And like again, you wasted. This is a big piece of art. That's fine. You could have put some of these explanations here, right? You could have just had things available. You could have used some of this board space for some explanation. You could have done a lot, And again, I do think Uprising is probably like the gold standard on getting someone into their game and playing quick. And not that there's not rules clarifications, and not that you might have to Google something on BGG, but like Wolf, like they do such a good job of getting you in and playing and having fun right away. Whereas this game just is not at all. Were you leaving 3 weeks? Listen streams next days or already off? Yeah, I might try to get one in like late tonight, dude, but it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be really tight. So if it's not out by midday tomorrow, you can pretty much rest assured you won't see anything from me until I might get one before. I might be able to get one on the day before I leave for Gen Con. Maybe. But that's gonna be pushing it for sure. Sagittarius Polish guys, mini gamers, mini game company, a lot of first time designers. They design to produce a game, no chance for streamlining. Don't trust their test process. Greek terms. Mike Owens, I just wish every campaign game in general had a rulebook like Jaws of the Lion. Yeah, Jaws is cool. The crazy thing about Jaws is like if you're a Gloomhaven player, they tweak some things in a way that's like super annoying. And then when you go back to Frosthaven, so there's like Gloomhaven focused monster focus, and then there's like Jaws monster focus, and then you're back to Frosthaven monster focus, and then Frosthaven changed like how rolling modifiers work from Gloomhaven. So there's like some funny like minutia that can get like super annoying. But yeah, Jaws is it's a simpler game. It's a streamlined game. They really ease you into it in a pretty cool way. And you know, I Gloomhaven is what it is. Like I've never been like a Gloomhaven diehard, um, but I mean I've gotten hours and hours and hours of enjoyment out of that game with my friends, and I think that's you know it is what it is. It works for my group, and we played a scenario last night, and we'll finish all of Frosthaven. Like we're definitely not the group that's gonna be oh maybe we'll finish this. Like no, we're going to finish Frosthaven. We finished Gloomhaven, we finished Forgotten Circles, which I actually didn't like it that much at all. We're gonna finish Frosthaven. I played through Jaws of the Lion 3 times. It's there's something really engaging about that puzzle and seeing how the different characters level up and the ways you can build your character to go in different directions. I do think it's an excellent game. Best game of all time. I don't know. I mean, but I think it's really good. I would also assume that you're less familiar with modern games and game rule sets, like just how to not write different titles with the same thing on two sides of a card or use symbols. Just a bunch of baffling misses that anyone would have noticed who has played some campaign games. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I think it's really well said. I do think it's like just the placement of information is just really weird. Having like exactly like having tech cards that have two different titles on either side, and you're like, why would you do that? It's really dumb. It's really dumb. But look, man, notwithstanding how this ended, I mean, this is a good game. I will come back to it. I am not done with it. It is not dead to me. This campaign is dead to me. Just the way some things played out was leaving this to be less fun than I wanted it to be, and it was just taking too much time to stream, and my streaming time is too valuable right now to want to continue to muddle through what has been a campaign that's in a problematic position, to say the least. But I will be back, Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Make no mistake, and I'll hopefully get to the end of this cycle with a friend, and maybe we'll go from there. But I do feel better and better about not investing in all of Aeon Trespass Odyssey. I will say that. There's just an absurd amount of content in the rest of these cycles. So there is that. I'm gonna have to put all these secret cards back, ain't I? Woof. I mean, what decks were these in? Yeah, resetting this is gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yep. Your death, awaken. Nope. You died horribly. Yeah, there were like the 3 awaken possibility cards. You live. You may lose a fate. What the? If you are awakened. Oh. Got it. If you die. Right. Oh, and a 9 or a 10 you awaken? Woof. Your gruesome death becomes legend. Oh, so there it says secret card 7. The rest of these not secret cards? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go through all this and figure it out. Cause yeah, didn't I add like a potential you awaken card? Ah, this is gonna be a total pain in the ass. Secret card 6. Wolf. I'm gonna have some work to do later, ain't I? Woo! My experience with the line definitely helped me with proper Gloomhaven, playing the digital version with my brother and a couple of friends, and I'm the only person who knows what's going on. Saget, in a way, I'm sad I have no time to comment on Kickstarter rulebooks. Would have probably flagged a ton of things to these guys, then would have been completely ignored, most probably. Yeah, I love playing ATO. We're moving forward with it, as well as the rest of which is already in paid. Gamers are weird. Sometimes we suffer, and when we know the product is generally good, it's why I sunk $100 in Elden Ring. Oh yeah, resetting this will be fun. Same as saving. Greg, stop cheating and notice the secret cards. I'm trying to. I had these unlocked. I'm trying to figure out what the hell was secret so I can get them back into their secret deck. Woof. Yeah, this is gonna be a giant pain in the ass. ISS was magical. And getting credit, they will allow you to save the game when you say, oh man, I really dislike ISS Vanguard. Wow. I only think 4 minutes in, something like that. I'm still enjoying it quite a lot. It's on my tail right now to play more later. Whoa. God, dude, I played 3 times. I am so ready to be done with that game. Like, you might be saving me from, like, I am so ready to be done with that game, dude. Like, I cannot stand that game. I don't get it. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's interesting. There's definitely not enough going on for 4 players. Like, what am I missing, Saget? Why is this game good? Because I think it kind of sucks. Much coolness waits very early on. My gaming time has been minimal. I mean, did the mechanics change? Because I find the mechanics so not interesting. I'm like, great. I roll dice. I get symbols. I put dice back. And they just like, wow. I just don't like it. I'm like, what? Not. I just really, really don't like it, dude. That's so funny. 21. Are there other Opal cards? I don't think I could have 4, maybe 2 or 3 most. Well, we have found your Gloomhaven then. Yeah, man. I just don't like the mechanics do nothing for me. Just having to roll dice and get symbols and like, great. Oh, now I go through a secret. Now I get a lead. Oh, look, I got the 0 lead that I had to put back in the bag. That's super fun. Like I don't get it. Then I get this tech, and then what? And then like the dudes are like injured, and oh, they come back, then they're ready, then they have another dude. Oh, I level him up. Then I have these cards, which are like whatever. Like the dice manipulation, just I don't know, man. That game is just not working for me at all. I'm so ready to be done with it. I would be absolutely fine to never ever play that game again. That's really good, man. 1 a.m. It's only 2 hours to say we'll come back to ISSS. I'm worried that the main mechanics will get stale as the game progresses, since it's a lot of dice jacks with the story things that keep me invested. They're kind of used to being blessed, in my opinion, on Awakening Realms games. No, dude, like it's interesting because like I know you don't really like Nemesis, right? Like I find Nemesis so much more interesting. Like I'll play that solo. I like it. I'll play that with 4 or 5. I just find it intriguing and interesting, and the story that unfolds is great. Um, ISS like is fine. I mean, I'm super interested in the next Tainted Grail. Like, I have Ether Fields, which I'm gonna explore with like the new rules that make it less grindy, hopefully. But yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to talk up. Like, if I'm missing some of the ISS Vanguard, great. I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know. So, all right, that's it. I'd like to say this was fun, but it was some fun. Talking to Sajid and Mike is always fun. Nemesis, I hate with a passion. Hilarious. That I actually kind of understand. I just have a good group for it, and I enjoy that. But the mechanics aren't gonna wow you. That's for sure. But I think the puzzle and even like solo or I thought the campaign like this Untold Stories was garbage. I thought the Untold Stories was an absolute waste of paper. And I see people say they like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, it's really bad. But like, I think the game itself, I think is absolutely fine. At least the after chat was enjoyable. No, yeah, that was great. I mean, this is makes these streams. They're, yeah, dude, great. I'm happy. You guys have made this worth it. Man, I am a little upset. I forgot about my sales spolas, but I don't think it would have mattered. This was not going well. That was pretty evident that this was going poorly when I did 3 wounds in in 4 rounds. So that is not a ratio of success against Hecaton when you only have 3 Titans. So we can leave that at that. Rest assured that I was going to lose, and redoing this one battle was not something I was interested in. 4 or 5 hour backstory game where you can effectively lose on your very first random token pull, but still play 3 hours because you're a good friend. Isn't that funny? So much, or when you randomly win the game for someone else by accidentally completing their objective, isn't that fulfilling? I mean, I don't know if it could it come down to that. Maybe. Since the AR generally isn't great at mechanics, but actually kills it with atmosphere story in the games. I back Stalker and I'm curious to see where it is in 9 months. You claim me in a minimum of 15 months, sir. Yup. Yeah, I'm pretty out on most anything new. I don't have the time, or it's not a reasonable. It would not be a good choice. It would not be a choice of a reasonably sober thinking man to think that I should buy any more big sprawling games with what I already have coming in this. And so again, like Solomon Kane was probably my last big investment for a long time to come is where I'm at. Probably 20 plus. I'm just it'll come in April next year, like it says, but yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I'm excited. Look, I'm excited about Oathsworn. I'm excited to dig into Euthia. Yeah, I got some games that I'm very excited about for sure. And so the idea of like Stalker just was like not in it to win it for me. So, but they have literally never been on time at anything. Hilarious. All right, I'm signing off. I'm gonna let Sajid get some sleep. I'll give you my 200 character ISS. Nice. You have 200 characters in ISS. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's so funny. All right, cool. We will talk about ISS Vanguard another day. I might have a stream on the channel in the next 24 hours. Probably not, but I'll try to get 1 or 2. Maybe I'll do a double header the day before I leave for Gen Con. I hope everybody has an amazing day, an amazing evening, amazing weekend, wherever you are in the world, whatever is going on, whenever you're watching this. And until next time, happy gaming.
Solo.